What up, everybody in the YTBC? Big shout out to hashtag Come Back to Boxing. A big shout out to Boxing United, the A-Side Boxing community, the MOBC, the LDBC, and any other BC that is out there. Right now, I want to give you my real review of Lomachenko versus Linares. When I say real review, I don't mean that anybody else's review is fake or fabricated. It's just that I am a real boxing fan who pays their cable bill, who pays for their own pay-per-views, and I'm going to give you my honest opinion on these fights. I can't speak for anybody else. I can only speak for myself. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. So, let me go ahead and start with what I didn't like about the fight. Which really, I can't think of anything. Now, was it a perfect fight? No. I mean, I guess the only criticism I can give is that Lomachenko, he got careless and got dropped, and Linares didn't put the pressure on like he should have. But other than that, the fight was pretty damn satisfactory. It was very entertaining. I guess I'm getting at everything that I do like, so. But it was entertaining. In a way, the knockdown of Lomachenko was interesting. It was bad and good at the same time, because we never really seen him in a position like this. I mean, despite the fact that he lost to Orlando Salido in his second fight, other than that, we really haven't seen him in a situation like this. And it was interesting to see how he would handle himself after being dropped, but it didn't really seem to affect his motivation. It didn't seem to affect his willingness to take chances. Of course, for the rest of the round, he wanted to make sure that he wasn't going to get dropped again. Because, if you get dropped more than once in a round, you run the risk of the fight being called off. You run the risk of it being called a TKO. So he definitely didn't want to put himself in a situation where, he would lose by stoppage when it's unnecessary. So it was the right thing for him to do, to go into survival mode, especially given that there wasn't really a whole lot of time left in the 6th round after he got dropped. As far as Linares, I think he did everything that he could. Now, I heard somebody say, well, if Linares would have put the pressure on more, I'm sure he would have won. And that's true, but look at the reason why he didn't put more pressure on Lomachenko. It wasn't because he chose not to. It's because Lomachenko didn't allow him to. You can't take advantage of opportunities that aren't there. That's why Floyd Mayweather was so difficult for many offensive fighters, because you can't take advantage of opportunities that aren't there. If he's not giving you the opportunity to hit him, how are you going to hit him? Well, if Lomachenko is really not giving you the opportunity to put pressure on him, I mean, yes, you could argue that he could make opportunities, but that doesn't mean that Lomachenko can't mitigate those opportunities as well. For all you know, he could have, been trying to create more opportunities to apply pressure to Lomachenko. And the fact of the matter is, Lomachenko was just too good. He was too good to be put in those positions. Now, when I say that, I'm not trying to hype up Lomachenko, ridiculously. I'm just saying, when it comes to the skill set that Linares has versus the skill set of Lomachenko, I think Lomachenko was just able to not allow him to apply pressure no matter what he did. So, and just the statement of, well, if he would have been able to apply more pressure, I mean, that's kind of a dumb statement. That's like saying, well, in a football game, well, if our team would have just been able to get more touchdowns and field goals and been able to prevent the other team from getting more touchdowns and field goals, we would have won that game. It's the equivalent to saying that. Yeah, of course. Captain Obvious. Of course, if he could have applied more pressure, he would have won. But the thing is, the opportunity just wasn't there. I do think that the fight was pretty close as far as if you were scoring. I think there was some pretty good back and forth going on. It's definitely some rounds that you can make an argument for Linares, but that's the beauty of this fight. It ended up ending in a stoppage, and it's not really a questionable stoppage. I mean, Linares was obviously just take a look. After he went down, he was not in a hurry to get back up. Now, of course, that could be him just trying to get his bearings, but it didn't look like that's what was going on. He looked like he really looked like he didn't want to carry on, the way his body language was. Now, of course, I'm not in the mind of Linares, and I don't know him personally, so I'm not saying that 100%. All I'm saying is, I didn't hear any arguments from Linares on whether or not the fight should have carried on. That's all I'm saying. But I think this was a pretty good fight. It was a pretty good show. Very interesting. It's good to see. You like to see domination, but you don't like to see it to the point where, it's, like the Rigondeaux fight, for example. You like to see domination, and I mean, it's cool to see that kind of domination from time to time. But when you have all these guys quitting in a row, we really didn't want to see another guy quit. And that's what I liked about Linares. He was not a quitter. I think he did everything that he could, but I think by the 10th round, he was to the point where, I don't think he really wanted to carry on. But anyways, y'all let me know what y'all think about this fight. Let me know about your thoughts. I saw a video where somebody said that he is a fraud, and I just think that is unfair to Lomachenko, and just the reasons that were given. Well, I wasn't impressed because as a pound for pound fighter, first off, that's irrelevant because pound for pound is completely subjective. Let's be real, most of these dudes have pound for pound lists based off of the eye tests. real talk. There's very few channels who actually have criteria that if you do this, this moves you up. If you don't do this, you move down. Boxing Ring IQ is one of the few channels that I know of that actually has criteria, and based off of what criteria you meet or don't meet determines where you place amongst other fighters on a pound for pound list. So yeah, let's just be real. Most people, their pound for pound list is complete and utterly off the eye test. So I think that's always just a stupid ass argument. But one thing that we can objectively say is that Lomachenko has done something on Saturday night that hasn't been done before, and that's becoming a 3-weight champion within 12 fights. Now, where you rank him pound for pound, that's completely up to you. I don't really like pound for pound lists. What I like to do is I just like to watch the fighters that I like to watch. I like to learn about new fighters. I like to be entertained. So if you like to keep a list, hey, that's your prerogative. That's what makes the sport more interesting to you, is coming up with a list and then having to adjust it when new things happen. Cool. That's not the way I like to enjoy my boxing experience. So it is what it is. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Everybody who watches my videos, all my subscribers, or if you just so happen to stump on this video, hope you have a wonderful, blessed day. Peace. Undefeated.